If you're a heating air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, why are stories an important thing for you to keep track of? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Sylvan, coming to you like for HVAC technician and sales secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. So here's the thing. There's things that happen in your life. There's events that happen in your life, and they're very easy to build rapport off of. But we forget. We forget all of these events. We forget all of these stories. But they really matter to the clients that you meet with to show that you're a human. But you got to remember, it's not your role and responsibility to do a one-upmanship. If somebody tells you a story, you're not like, hey, let me tell you one that's this much better or this much better. That is a form of sales sabotage, and it causes a lot of problems. It's a mismatch in the sales process because you're stealing the thunder, right? So the best thing to do is keep track of the events in your life that happen so that you can go, oh yeah, I forgot about this event. Write a couple of notes, because there's going to be a point where you get to tell a story that explains who you are covertly, that shares problems covertly, that gives examples covertly that you can talk to your homeowner about. And this is why you should join HVAC Technician Sales Secrets. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. Now, today, I had to go to a big box store and pick up a washing machine. Last week, I had to go to a big box store and pick up a range, a gas range, a dishwasher, and a microwave. So in the space of 1 week, I'm buying a dishwasher, a microwave, a gas range, and a washing machine. And so I can talk to a homeowner and say, hey, look, I understand when things go out, it's never convenient. It's never convenient. There's not a heating and air guy waiting across the street to come fix your equipment. There's never a plumber waiting across the street. There's never a roofer. Let me give you an example. So like you could say, hey, there's a guy that I know that recently had a problem that in the space of 1 week, he had to replace every major appliance in his house minus the dryer, right? I'm crossing my fingers because chances are pretty good that dryer is going to go out. Like it would be like the perfect trifecta for me to go back to the store and be like, all right, now I need a dryer. These are the types of conversations, right? I remember a time when ... fill in the blank. I can tell you a story about ... fill in the blank. So sometimes you're going to circumvent an issue and go, hey, I got to tell you a story. I know of a guy recently that had to replace his washing machine, his dishwasher, his microwave, and his range top all in the same week because it just happens. And so statistically speaking, should probably go buy a lottery ticket. Tonight, I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket. Doesn't matter how much the jackpot's for. It's just one of those times where things go sideways. So if you can relay a message like this, it really does help show that you have empathy. Now remember, your job is to tell a good story. You may have to tell it a couple of times to yourself so that you get the point, and then realize that it's not a sales call, it's a performance. So when you watch actors, you see them on a stage having a conversation. They've done that multiple times. So you have to remember to put the elements of the conversation in there. You have to practice it a couple of times. It keeps the process entertaining. Sometimes your job is to be an entertainer. Sometimes your job is to be a listener. Sometimes your job is to be a performer. When you have the ability to go back to a log of books and say, hey, what are my stories? Like, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a good example. I've got 4 books right here, right? There's 500,000 words written. There's things that I've written in these books about being a heating air conditioning technician that for training, where I've made a list of stories and things that I've been through. Like one of them would be the day that my dad died, right? That was think of major events that have happened in your life, major keystone events where you're like, I remember this day. Like major times where you went out to a client's house and there was a problem. I went to a home at 1:30 in the morning for a guy that was on hospice care that lasted 7 days after I went and put refrigerant in his system at 1:30 in the morning, right? I got that phone call. Dispatch is calling me. They called me twice and they're like, hey, Scott, the guy on call can't get out there. We can't reach him. We know you're not on call. They gave me the situation. I ironed up some clothes, polished my boots, went and took care of somebody who was not having a good day. 110 degrees outside, air conditioner not working, put the refrigerant in. That's a good story. I can tell you the time that I put a system in for a vet that couldn't pay for it, and the company that I work for paid for that guy to get a system so that he would be cool and that he would be warm in the wintertime. These are all stories that matter. But remember, if they reflect too hard on you, it puts you as like the wrong type of hero, so you do have to practice them. Stories sell, entertainment sells, The conversations that you have with your homeowners and your clients matter. Keep track of them and put them in a book so that at any given day you can be like, oh, I remember when that happened and I need to practice that story again. Be real about it. Have a good conversation. Don't fake it and don't make things up. You got one of two things to do from here. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update that says HVAC Technicians Sales Secrets. Send another fantastic video, or click follow. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.